Last night we had the Tom Murphy.
Whoa, hello, hey now.
And you can see them talking to each other the entire pitch. The pitch before, Martin Maldonado, guarantee he's frustrated what his guys doing on the mound. Yeah, so it looks like Jose Caballero looks like he's raising his right hand. Can he give time? He's getting sped up a little bit by Bielak. Martin Maldonado wasn't happy with it.
And Caballero's talking a little bit.
Yeah, I guarantee you that is basically him telling Martin Maldonado about Bielak just rushing him a little. You can see Martin Maldonado looking at Bielak saying, listen, he's not trying to rush you in this situation. Obviously the pitch clock's involved.
SNY Tuesday night, and Pete Alonso gets waylaid by Jose Soriano.
It's a breaking pitch that hit him square in the helmet.
Alonso with some unhappy words for O'Hoppe, and that'll bring everybody out of the dugouts.
Listen, the thing that happens for these opposing teams is they're like it was a breaking ball. It doesn't matter because you don't have the pitch ability to throw a breaking ball over the plate. It still makes the other the Mets angry. Makes sense. Phil Nevin certainly wouldn't be happy if he got a breaking ball in the helmet.
Well, Phil Nevin also doesn't have the guy who's been hit more often than any player this year, Pete Alonso. That's the 17th time he's been hit. Got him in the back of the neck.
So he ducks, and helmet comes off, and it catches him right. I mean, it hit him at some point in the head, in the neck area.
It's the neck, but it's also near the base of his skull. I mean, that's scary, no matter whether it was a breaking ball or not.
Honestly, if you don't get it as the opposition that, oh, it was a breaking ball, he didn't mean to do it, who cares? At some point, you've got to have the ability to throw a breaking ball near the plate, not hit someone in the back of the neck.
You can almost read the conversation without even reading their lips. So Hoppe said, hey, it was a breaking ball, and Pete said, I don't care if it was a breaking ball. And that's what got everybody hot.
I am so tired of hearing that.
And Pete's going to come out of the game. Joe Golia, the head athletic trainer, is not going to take any chances. And so Alonso will go for some testing.
The Astros defense in the outfield, they all just took about 6 or 7 steps to the left.
There we go, deep to left, it's gone! A grand slam for El Bombe! The great Bombino trying to step on the neck of these Astros in the 5th inning.
Garcia goes over it now. Bench is clearing here as there are some words between Garcia and Martin Maldonado, as if Maldonado did not like the way that Garcia watched that home run or how much time he took, and that's just too bad. With the way things have gone here tonight, go ahead and enjoy every moment of that if you're Adolis Garcia.
Maldonado, you remember, he had words with Marcus Semien when Semien had crossed the plate.
Got him again. Come on, man. You can hear the reaction. And here comes Torey Lovullo. Hey, my guy just got the National League Player of the Week, and he's been hit twice in 2 plate appearances. And now he's discussing this with JT Realmuto. Torey Lovullo is not happy, and he's been ejected. And Torey is barking into the Phillies dugout. Tony Perez-Chica steps in between. Torey Lovullo wants a piece of JT Realmuto, and the benches have emptied. They're coming in from the bullpens as well. Corbin Carroll, just named National League Player of the Week today, has been hit twice in 2 plate appearances by left-hander Matt Strong. And now Torey gets his face-to-face with the Phillies catcher. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, right there with his back to you. Carapazza now stepping in between Jeff Bannister and some of the Phillies. The bench coaches out there. Castellanos had a few things to say to Banny.
It's going to take more than one umpire to keep Jeff Bannister out of there if he really wants to get into it.
It's going to take more than 4. I got news for you. So to this point, Torrey has been ejected. We may find out if there were any other ejections of which we're not aware. Longoria trying to talk down to Jerry Lane.
Yeah, and unfortunately what this is going to result in is a warning to both benches.
And a high drive to right center. See you later. Dominic Smith into double digits with a monster shot, his 10th of the year.
Well, that frustration earlier was because I felt like you could see it from him. He was on it. He was just getting underneath it. Not this one. Absolute bullet. 105 off the bat. The facing. 419 feet for Dom Smith. Yet another extra base hit for him.
Oh, and Grandal did not like the way Dominic Smith watched that home run. They had words when Dom got home.
There we go, boys.
And, Clevenger as well, maybe. Here come the bullpens.
Now, do you put the wig on the field right now?
No.
I would. I'm more of an igniter there, Bob. A little instigator.
I think the wig's got to wait. And it's 6-1.
Now.
But that was a monster home run. Well, both rosters on full display here with 2 outs in the 9th. Carter Kieboom is next.
Forcing fastball, top of the zone.
He didn't take a look at Clevenger.
He just took his time, and that's what, like, look, right now, that's what the game has been, and it's fine. I mean, I just don't understand. Everyone gets their feelings hurt on anything and everything. Yeah, and I get Clevenger's side.
And by the way, it looks like warnings have been issued. So if Clevenger would decide to drill Carter Kieboom here, and the umpires ruled it intentional, he would be ejected.
Inning is over. Oh, now we got some trouble going. Bryce Harper's got to have to be held back. Jake Bird started saying something. Harper's not happy about it. He's pushing Diaz. Watch the elbow. JT's coming over as well. They're telling, yeah, Jake Bird must have said something as he was going off the field. I mean, for somebody that threw more pitches out of the strike zone than in the strike zone, he's fortunate that he was able to get out of it without any problems. And now Diaz is pushing Harper again. Harper pushes back again. Howie Kendrick has Kyle Schwarber wrapped up. Again, frustrating afternoon for the Phillies. Hitless with runners in scoring position. And got a non-call on an opportunity to review a play at second that the second base umpire missed. And now it looks like cooler heads have prevailed, but Harper is still red hot.
He is hot.
So is Schwarber. The bullpens will head back. Somebody who looks like he's ready to go to a barbecue came out of the dugout with the Rockies as well. Look at Bird.
It's screaming, talking a lot of smack for somebody who didn't throw the ball that well.
I like it, though.
That's a little taunting.
Yeah, I like it, though, that the Phillies
I love it.
took umbrage with it. Look at Harper.
I love it. Like the fire.
Well, the umpires are going to sort it out and decide who's still in this game and who's out of the game. I would think Bird is out. I would think Bryce is probably out also.
Well, it's one.
On the ground to third. Moncada's coming home. Throw is high. Sebi got there, and that is out at the plate.
And Cruz is hurt. And I'm not sure what Santana was talking to Sebi about. I mean, that's a collision.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. There's a fight brewing now, and everybody spills out just to the left of home plate. Sebi Zavala and Carlos Santana were talking, and now here come the bullpens from left center field. Out of nowhere on a high throw. Now, wow.
Now, Michael's still in this game. He's got to relax because he's still in a very close game, and the last thing he wants to do is get run and have them then go to the bullpen. I understand him wanting to protect his teammates and all, but he is the pitcher on the mound at the time.
Well, Michael Kopech with Ethan Katz now. Ethan got to him and has pushed him away from the fray. Everybody's in there. I mean, there is a lot of yelling going on between the Sox and the Pirates. Harold Boston, Eddie Rodriguez over there. Everybody's out of the dugouts, basically. The bullpen spilled out. They came through the same door in left center field.
Yeah, I always felt as long as you were that close to the opposition, you might as well fight out by the bullpen.
Oh.
It's a long way. You get out of breath running in.
And, you know, the dark part of this is O'Neal Cruz is still down at the plate.
Yep.
Got him on 3 pitches. Ran the splitter in on him. Julio strikes out. Neris strikes out the side, and he strands Crawford. Watch out now. Here comes Neris talking to Julio, and everybody's emptied out. Bullpen start to empty. This is one of a number of times something like this has happened. Now, Eugenio Suarez having some pretty firm words. Manny Acta trying to move him back. Both sides finding some distance now. Watch Neris here. He goes right after him like this. That's what it's about. Wow.
Yeah, that is uncalled for. They get away with a lot of stuff in this game, but that right there is uncalled for.
When have you ever seen something like that? Boy, that's the emotion of the moment, just taking over a guy too much. Yeah, no wonder Julio was upset.
And here comes the man of the day to this point, Adolis Garcia. And he gets hit by the first pitch here and gets right in Maldonado's ear. The benches are clearing in the American League Championship Series. Everybody doing their very best to keep their cool, but Garcia's losing his. Going right at Maldonado. Bullpens have emptied. Now, more important than ever right now that everybody keeps their cool, understanding the bigger picture of this series and this season.
Well, you can understand why he's so hot. That's a 90-something-mile-an-hour fastball up near the shoulder, and a lot of it might have to do with how long he walked after he'd hit that home run. But you can understand why he's heated.
This is not the first time that these guys have been in the middle of it. This is the trap you're talking about. Look, this is the biggest home run of his life. It doesn't matter what he does.
Right.
He shouldn't have to weigh 100. And then his next time up gets drilled. You go back to the regular season. He and Maldonado have exchanged words before. A couple ejections in a game in July. And it had to do with guys getting thrown at back and forth and chirping. In-state rivals and things boiling over here in a critical Game 5.
I think Abreu was trying to plead his case that that's not what he was intending to do. You knew the first pitch was going to be inside after that long home run. Well, the umpires are trying to figure out if the intent. Now, they can throw Abreu out of the game if they choose, if they think that the intent was definitely to hit him. And, of course, they're going to deal with Garcia and his ability to maybe either go after Maldonado. But either way, you got first and second, nobody out in a tight game.
I mean, you're down by 2 runs. You put a guy on just to prove a point.
Well,
your season on the line.
But that's what he was trying to say there. Like that
that was not what I was trying to do. Trying to bury a fastball in, yes, and the ball just rides up. And I know the circumstances smell a little differently. And I think they just threw out Abreu. So the umpire's not convinced that that one just got away from Brian Abreu, who only hit 3 batters all regular season. And Dusty will end up going too. And he runs one Abreu. And Dusty has a case. I mean, this is a tough call for the umpires. I mean, you could, like you said, you know, no one's going. Why would you want to put a second runner on and have first and second, nobody out? But the circumstances around the home run were just too close to each other, and the umpires were in a tough spot to make that call, and they had to make the call that they viewed the intent was on purpose. Now the question will be whether Garcia is allowed to stay in the game.
Right, it's not good for anybody. Right, it's not good if he meant it. It's not good if he didn't.
You might see warnings, but it is in the discretion of the umpires to be able to throw you out without a warning, and that's what they did. And they will be throwing Garcia out of the game as well. I didn't think they could do one and not the other.
Oh, and he is hit by that pitch, and he is not happy. Rosarena not happy about that. And just the number of times gives the Rays plenty to not be very happy about.
It's been over and over and over again. Been all season long, and it's gone on for a few seasons.
Yeah, and here we go. The umpire's losing control, and now both teams will come out. And I'll tell you, the Rays have put up with this, and they'd like to see some repercussions go the other way, and that's why you have 2 teams out here right now. You had Abreu come down off the mound with open arms, really akin to taunting.
Well, and Aaron Boone and Kevin Cash having a spirited conversation in the middle of that scrum.
You get a guy coming off the mound like that, given the history, and you're the umpire, you got to run the guy.
Or go get him. Go get him then.
Randy's on his way to third, and that throw is not going to be in time. He steals third. And Ben's there with a full count on Ramirez and nobody out.
And guess what?
Here we are, back and forth.
Uh-oh, watch out.
I'm telling you, the umpires asked for this.
I'm going to tell you what.
You got to put a stop to it.
I saw Jose Siri coming out, and he had a blindside shot that he could have taken on Abreu. And instead, he went out there and just kind of put his arms around him and pulled him away. Yeah, that scared me, because Siri he was coming from the blind side, and Brady never saw him.
Here it comes. A swing and a smash to first by the diving Vaughn. Down the right field line. Kicks into the corner. Ramirez on his way to second. Head first slide. Safe, and in to score is Jimenez. And another hustle double. Right over the bag at first. Now Hosey and Anderson square off. They're fighting. They're swinging. Down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson. Anderson squared off. Hosey decked him.
It started with Anderson and Ramirez, and everybody's spilling out here in Cleveland.
And now Grifol gets into it with one of the Cleveland coaches, and it is on. We've got lots of shoving.
Oh my goodness, Mike Sarbaugh now getting after Pedro Grifol, and off we go, spilling into foul territory in as long of a brawl as you're going to see in Major League Baseball nowadays.
Tim Anderson's re-entered the field. This is going to be interesting to see how they sort this all out.
You're right. I mean, I don't know how 4 guys can do that.
And this is one of the few times you're truly seeing a baseball brawl.
Cleveland and the Sox face to face, all up and down the roster and staff page of the website.